Okay, I wanted to quickly show you guys, this is for the high school studio class, a couple of techniques. Your drawings were really good. A couple of things I'm noticing kind of overall for a lot of you guys. There's a couple of key things that you need to remember when you're starting your drawing. So I just did a quick sketch of this paintbrush right here. Just a couple of reminders. You always start with your lightest pencil. So in this case, an H. Let's see. My 4H is actually the lightest one I have on hand. So you would do your initial sketch with the 4H. So your outline of your drawing. So you can see I have, it's kind of hard to see, but I have little lines all the way here as my 4H. I got my base line going for my drawing. Kind of got it all in here. And then you're going to come back and slowly get darker. So from here, I'm going to work with probably just a basic B to start adding in my shading. Some of the details as I'm looking at this guy, like the curves. The curve of that will be darker. There's some shading more on this side. I see the shadow right here. So then you start adding, you build. So I'm building kind of the layers out. Same with this. The tip, it is a little bit darker. Blender. Out. You always want to start lightest to darkest. And then this is sitting on a surface, right? So I need to make sure that I give it that depth and that shadow. So there's a little bit of a shadow underneath. So there's two ways I can do it. I could come in with the paintbrush. This one's probably a little bit too wide. If I had a detailed paintbrush, I could paint on my shadow. Or in this case, since I want to be a little bit more refined, I'm going to just kind of add another line. 2B is a little bit darker than this base one is a B. So I'm going to add it, kind of ground it a little bit. Coming across. And then I'll blend that out. And then you'll come back in, add the details. You want to lose this edge. And you'll blend all that out. Up, up, up. And then blend. This edge right here will remain very light. It's not going to end up having a hard line. So what I saw was a lot of outlines. We don't want to outline because the edge truly, if it's in light, you wouldn't really see this edge of it. It will be very faint from a distance. So when you're doing your trompe l'oeil, you want to keep that in mind of how are you going to make those objects appear real on your paper and that they're kind of almost floating. So here, if I keep going with this, I would be looking at every single little shadow on this. So like right here, I would be adding in my details of the shading to be very precise to show exactly what those shadows look like, to give it that translucent effect. Now the good thing is you can come back, add some of your highlights with an eraser. You will be working it kind of over and over again until it has that translucent effect to it. And my main point I wanted to get across is that you need to draw with the lightest one, so your H pencils, and then you're going to come back and get darker as you go. And some of you, I could tell, we're just working with a regular pencil, and that's okay, but think in terms of light and dark. So this is my light edge, this is my shadow on this side, so this whole side is shadow, and then really making it pop. So then you'll come back in with your details. Let's see, I need a 6B. I don't have that, so I'm going to do 4B. This bottom edge. It's not an outline. I'm not outlining the whole thing. I'm just showing. See how it instantly So you're starting to rise from the table. Same with this side. Just show that contrast. I need a full range of light to dark. See how instantly it looks like that it's about to come off the paper? That's what you're looking for. Every little detail. But you don't get that if you're starting off too dark. You can't go from dark to light. You have to go from light to dark. All right, this one too. Turning the corner. Blend it out. All of that. Be smooth. Turn the corner. Okay? All right, so just keep this in mind as you're starting to work today. Just kind of some of these basics. I think we've forgotten a little bit of it, or maybe it's new to you, and that's okay. But I really want you to focus on some of these kind of fundamentals as you're starting to work on your trompe-l'oeil. So bring out those details of your shading and your shadow. Start with light and go to dark, and we'll start from there. All right, guys. So hope this helps.